I said it's not my problem if my ex and her husband can't afford their kids. So my ex Maren cheated on me while she was pregnant 8 years ago. The guy she cheated with, James, also had a pregnant girlfriend at the time. When my son was born, nobody knew if he was mine or James's kid. We needed a DNA test and everything. Turns out he was mine, but Maren fought me on it because she wanted James to be the dad. It was a whole mess. James got custody of his daughter from his ex, and then him and Maren had 4 more kids together after that. So now they've got 6 kids total in that house. Meanwhile, I won primary custody of my son 3.5 years ago because Maren and James were literally starving him to try and force me to pay more child support. They wouldn't feed him enough and sent him to my place in dirty old clothes that didn't fit. I took them back to court and won. Now Maren only sees our son every other weekend. She's supposed to pay child support, but she's only paid it like 3 times total. Always says she can't afford it. I never push it because I make enough to take care of my son without her money. But here's where it gets annoying. For the past 2 years, Maren keeps asking me to buy extra school supplies. Not just for my son, but for James's daughter and their oldest daughter together. Every year before school starts, I get messages asking me to send supplies for the other kids. I always ignore it. I buy stuff for my son and donate some to his classroom like the teacher asks, but that's it. 2 weeks ago, my son had to get a small surgery. Nothing major, but Maren showed up at the hospital. While we're sitting in the waiting room, she starts in on the school supplies thing again. She's like, please just be decent about this and buy some supplies for the girls because they can't afford them. She said they struggle to support all the kids they have and the other children are suffering because of it. I got up and moved to a different table across the room. She followed me, just sat down right next to me and kept going. So I finally turned to her and said, I don't care if you can't afford your other kids. I told her those children are not my responsibility and she needs to figure something else out. I reminded her that she already denied our son food to try and squeeze more money out of me and she lost custody because of it. I said my priority is my kid, not the kids she keeps having with James. I told her I wasn't discussing it again and walked away. She didn't follow me that time. Since then, she's been blowing up the co-parenting app we're required to use by the court. She sent probably 15 messages calling me an asshole and saying I'm not a good dad to our son. My lawyer saw all the messages and told me to keep ignoring her. He said nothing she's saying will affect custody or visitation. It was hard enough to get primary custody after the food situation. Unless my son gets older and tells the court he doesn't want to see her or CPS gets involved with the other kids, nothing's changing.